What's up, guys? It's Simon. So, today this is the video that's supposed to be up yesterday. My bad. Um, so, we're gonna talk about water magic. So, the day before, we talked about air magic. So, I basically went to a shitload of correspondences, and, I'm a little out of breath. I just had to lift and move some stuff around. I had to get, like, another little towel because the area that I'm actually sitting in is a little wet from when Luna Nightshade, hold on, well, you remember her from my last videos. She decided to knock over my trash can of liquid snow, and it spilled all over the pillow that I sit on over here. It's practically completely saturated, and it went a little bit into the carpet too, so it's not too bad. Because I have a towel on it, and most of it was in the pillow. But it was starting to seep up through that towel in one of the sections. So I got another little hand towel or washcloth, and I just laid it on that area. And you don't care about that, but that is why I'm out of breath, because I'm fucking out of shape, and I have I have very, very little muscle mass left, and now I'm just rambling, so let's get to the point of this. So, basically, what we did for Air Magic video was kind of what I'm going to be doing for this one too. It's going to be kind of a theme, so there's going to be a bunch of correspondences, and then like with the Air Magic, how I went into like feather colors, like a kind of like a table of correspondences, so to speak. I have another table of correspondence for water, and then I'm going to do today's video after this, which will be Earth. And I have a little table of correspondences for that as well. And hopefully, when I plan the fire magic video, I can come up with that, because I think that's really cool. So I don't really have much of the liquid snow to show you. Oh, I can't reach it. But basically, it's water. Um, I can't express the difference, but I can smell the difference between liquid ice and liquid snow, rain, and storm water. Like I said, I can't explain. I'm not really sure how I can, but I can tell the difference. And it's been a while since I've smelled them, and I also have a stuffy nose, so I can't really remember how to describe the smell, and I couldn't really smell it now, even if I wanted to. So, let's get into the correspondences. So, again, I'll be reading off of my notebook, so that way I don't forget anything or lose my train of thought or whatever. So, Friday is the primary day for water magic, at least in my practice. Now, remember, you do whatever works for you. If these correspondences don't connect with you, then make your own. Or do some research and find some that do correspond to you. A lot of this is stuff that you can research and find, and then some of it's my own correspondences. So, as I said, Friday's the main water day. This is how I see the week. Monday is Goddess Day. Sunday is God Day. Monday is Goddess Day, with undertones of fire and water. Tuesday is primary fire day. Wednesday's primary air day. Thursday's primary earth day, and Friday is primary water day. And then Saturday I have as the spirit, because it's attributed to karma and retribution, which is kind of about bringing balance in this world, and it's also about reward. So all your hard work that you've done, you get rewarded. So kind of like manifestation and stuff like that. So that's how I categorize the week. So the day is primary for Friday, which is the primary water day, as I said, but also Monday. Because even though it has moon association and it's a primary goddess day, it's excuse me. I just had some I put some cheese in my soup, so my throat's a little mucky. Um, so even though it's a goddess day, it still has that water association. So the planets for this are Venus and the moon, of course. This is a good time to do any womanly magic, especially on Friday. Um, well, you could do it on Monday too and align your femininity with the goddess. But Friday is a kind of like it's a primary water day. It's also a primary female day. So anything having to do with feminine is great for this. Now, when you're going to divine, that's when you want to do it on Monday. So you kind of have those two options there. You have the spiritual feminine and the physical feminine. At least that's how I work with it. So this is also good to work with rivers and streams, lakes, oceans, any type of body of water. Hell, just a puddle, you could work with that. I listed here natural bodies of water, but feel free to work with a bowl or a cup of water as well. Oh wow, I had a shadow cascading, so I couldn't really read it, but so this is also a time where I would like to make magical waters or collect magical waters. Also, I'd like to create potions and magical inks. So all those liquidy parts of the craft, that's what I like to do. So I'll like. So for example, when I was talking about the incense and smudge, you could invoke the element of air, or do it on a Wednesday, or anything like having that similar correlation. So, like with that, you could do it by invoking the element water, or doing it on a Friday or a Monday. So, some of the magical waters that you can make, some of the magical waters you can make are seawater, and you can also make love water, and this isn't actually made from water. I don't think it is. It might have some storm water in it, I don't remember. But the base is not actually water. But this is also my Unbind Me water. And if you guys want videos on that, maybe I'll add that to the Yulemas 20-day tag or whatever. So, it's really good to make waters during those 2 days, depending on what it is you're making. So, like, for example, you could make the love water on a Friday. Seawater, depending on what you're using it for, you could make it on a Friday or Monday. And you could also just like charge it both days too if you wanted to. The Unbind Me water, I guess you could do it on Monday and have that divine energy in it to have that punch. Especially since there's lemon in there, and I associate lemon with the moon, which, so yeah, I would probably make this on a Monday by following these correspondences, excuse me. Collecting magical waters, so that would basically mean your rainwater, storm water, liquid snow, liquid ice, or hail. Kind of it. Hail actually is ice, so it would be the same thing. Making potions. Okay, so potions is the term that I use for magical oils. So, like the ancestor oil and the power oil that I've talked about. So this would be a good time to make potions and make your magical inks. Let's see, what could you do? Pokeberry ink is a popular one. If you have dragon's blood resin, you can make your dragon's blood ink. Stuff like that. This is also, undines and the merfolk nymphs are all associated with water. Gabriel is the archangel of water. Lord Nixa is the lord or king of the water. I thought I was forgetting something, but so this is a good time for relationships, emotions, and psychic powers. This is like with the air, it was good for quick spells. This is good for slow spells. So, and slow doesn't necessarily mean like a really long time. That would be more Earth, and I'll explain that in the next video. But this is just like kind of more like go with the flow, that type of natural slow pace. And so then the air is kind of like the natural quick pace, and then fire would be faster and Earth would be slower. Okay? So this is a good time to charge your candles for later use, and the uses could be for healing relationships, healing emotions, and psychic work and cleansings. And you could expand upon that as well. Now, I only charge candles with water and air, and but you could essentially do it with all four elements. You could bury the candle or sit it under a tree. You could, for fire, you could put it out in the sun. But I wouldn't really do that, because one, you could lose the candle if you forget where it is, or, if you don't get it out fast enough, it could get ruined, or I also feel that for some reason, the energy just isn't as profound with the candles, with earth magic, and with the fire magic. If you're not careful, the sun could actually melt your candle. So, it's kind of redundant, at least for me. And I also don't feel the need to use them that much. I don't use candle work with earth and fire much. Well, I mean, I use it for fire, obviously, because it represents fire, but I just would usually only charge my candles through water and air. This is a good time for chalice or cauldron crafting and consecrating. So depending on what you decide the cauldron and chalice are, typically everyone sees the chalice as the element of water, but some people see the cauldron as element of earth, or sometimes spirit, and sometimes water. So it depends on how you view that. And this is a good time for cleansings and blessings. It's also really good for pregnancies. It's also really good for menstruation and menopause. So all of those feminine aspects and experiences, body functions, this is a good element to work with for that. Okay, so now we're going to go into the correspondences. So, it's great to work with the four sky waters with this element because they are the element itself. And the four sky waters are rain, so rainwater, storm water, liquid snow, and liquid ice. These can be used to represent the four seasons, four elements, the four directions, etc., etc. So this would be, if you're a sea witch or a water witch and you do a lot of water magic, like that's the basis of your practice, try and collect these four waters, and then you can use them as your elemental representations, because they both carry different energies. Now, these are pretty much the main waters, but because you also have seawater and stream water, all of those. But these are kind of that's why I call them the four sky waters, because they're the primary ones that are pretty much almost everywhere. Not literally, but you know what I mean. So, and they also have similar energies to the four seasons, elements, and directions, and all that. So I'm going to go over the correspondences, just a few of them, some of the main ones that I associate with, and then you feel free to expand upon as you want. So we're going to start off with rainwater. This is good for gentle workings, such as cleansings, blessings, and like simple healings. This is associated with the element of air and direction of east and the season of spring. You could also associate with the day of Wednesday and the time of dawn. Oh, that's another thing I forgot to mention. Dawn is associated primarily with air, and dusk is primarily associated with water. So storm is one that's good for forceful workings. So this is good for protection, banishing, hexing, and cursing, and stuff of the sort. It's good for those general forceful ones, those projective workings, let's call them that, or active workings. This is associated with summer, the south, fire, and noon or midday. Snow is for lengthy workings. So this would be good for enshadowments, trauma, depression, stuff like that, takes a long time to heal or to get through or to work with or to discover. It's associated with the west and autumn, water, and dusk. Ice is the next one, so liquid ice. So we had liquid snow, and now this is liquid ice. This is for your harsh workings, like exorcisms and powerful workings, like trying to bring about someone into confusion and stagnation, or even cutting through confusion and stagnation. Also, breaking bad habits. Depending on how you view that, whether you view it as a lengthy working or as something you just want to do immediately, like rip the band-aid off. You could put that towards liquid snow or liquid ice. So this is going to be associated with winter, north, earth, and midnight. So that's it, witchlings. That's all my correspondences for water. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it inspired you to, come up with your own, or to expand upon it, or just to try them out, I hope these help you. I really I like coming on here to share. That's my main purpose on here, is to share and to interact. I don't like making videos like my last one, where I have to rant, or, be extra serious. I like making YouTube fun. That's ideally what I want to do on here. So please stick it out with me, and like, comment, subscribe. I realize I haven't been saying that on any of my videos. But I mean, I kind of know why I haven't been saying it. It's because I don't want to force anyone to do it. And, if it's not your cup of tea, it's not your cup of tea, Oh, I could really go for a cup of tea right now. Damn. But, yeah. So now I'm just rambling. So I'm gonna go, and I'm gonna make the Earth Magic video, and you'll see me again. As always, thank you for watching, and blessed be my dear witchlings.